Can you tell
Yeah.
us a little bit more about that potential intersection and like the sources of inspiration for you, and how, faith, may play a component in, how you live out your day-to-day work life?
Well, Dom, I'll put it into perspective. I feel like in terms of my faith, I was on a CCC, Catholic Cruise Control, for for half a century, and I did not have an appreciation for what God has brought to my family and for me. And it wasn't until a really embarrassing moment in front of my high school friends where I realized, first of all, I don't even know how to pray. And I thoroughly embarrassed myself in front of, a bunch of people. And that was just one of those moments where your ego is checked and you're realizing, you think you're somebody. And then when you look in the mirror, you realize, man, I am not what God wanted me to be. I am not what my parents wanted me to be. And you better get to work on this stuff. And it was that ego check. It was that moment of humiliation where I realized, I went to a Catholic high school. I was an altar boy in my early childhood days. But I was in Catholic cruise control. I had never spent time reading the Gospels. I had never really understood, my goodness, I've got two young girls in our house and we are not practicing our faith. What is the long-term effect of this going to be? And so it was a relatively short period of time ago where I had my epiphany, if you will. And that was a moment where I just realized I've got to dedicate my life to my faith and to my family for a much better outcome. And, without a doubt, I am not the person I was when I was 50. Well, first of all, I'm older and more sore. But two, I just feel like, man, I'm firing maybe not on all 8 cylinders, but maybe 6.5. And I got a lot of room to grow, but I'm heading in the right direction every day. Every day I wake up, I say, good morning, Jesus. Thank you for the day that I had yesterday. Thank you for the great weekend. Thank you for bringing me and my family home safely. What are we going to do today?
Wonderful. I've definitely seen, I mean, I've not known you for that long, but I've seen a shift in you since the time that I met you compared to now. And it sounds like there's some really cool things happening around seeing the graces and the gifts that you have and having gratitude for all that God's doing. I call it like the 6 G's. I've been working on like these G. So I feel like God has all these different G things that all tie into him and how we embrace the gifts he gives us with gratitude, the graces we can identify and see, the generosity that flows out of us. There's all these lovely G's that go along with God. So you're just describing a lot of that. So thank you for illuminating that for me.
Oh, no, thank you.